Hello, Keith here, and today's game is the 67 Red Sox at the 71 Pirates. Doc Ellis will be pitching for the Pirates. Red Sox will be up first. The defense for the Pirates will be Stargell in left, Oliver in center, Clemente in right, Gene Alley at short, Dave Cash at second, Robertson at first, Richie Hebner at third, and Manny Sanguin will be the catcher. And batting for the Red Sox will be Mike Andrews, Joe Foy, Carl Yastrzemski, George Scott, Reggie Smith, Rico Petrocelli, Ken the Hawk Harrelson, Mike Ryan, and Gary Bell. So the first hitter that Doc Ellis, and there's no wind, no rain. The first hitter is going to be Mike Andrews for the Red Sox. And we got 78. Doc Ellis removes, so that 77 will be coming out. However, we roll the 78, so that will be a hit. So Mike Andrews has a deep shot right off the bat. So Mike Andrews is a right-hander. Doc Ellis adds one to the dice roll. And we got 44 will be a double. So Mike Andrews leads off this game with a double. So Andrews is going to be at second base. And we're going to have Joe Foy up for the 67 Red Sox. Doc Ellis is going to pitch to Joe Foy. And here's the windup and the pitch. And we got 76. That is going to be a fly ball with very, very good chance for runner advancement. So that will be a fly ball to center field. F8. And Andrews is going to try to go third. And he makes it. So we got a runner in third, one out. And Carl Yastrzemski is going to be up. And here's the windup and the pitch to Yastrzemski. And we got 31. And that is going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. And so the out's going to be 3-1. And I can try to send Andrews home. So let's take a look at the chart. All right. I don't actually have the chart. All right. I actually don't have the chart up. So I'm just going to leave him at third base. So that's going to be 2 outs. And now we're going to have George Scott up. And 0-5, George Scott, that's going to be a walk. So we're going to have runners at the corners. And Reggie Smith is going to be up. And here's the windup. And the pitch for Reggie Smith. He rolls a 12, and that will be a strikeout. So the Red Sox get no runs off one hit, and now up will be the Pittsburgh Pirates. Gary Bell will be pitching for the Red Sox. And Dave Cash will bat first. So defensively for the Red Sox, Yastrzemski in left, Smith in center, Ken Harrelson in right, Mike Andrews at second base, Rico Petrocelli at short, Joe Foy at third, George Scott at first base, and Mike Ryan is going to be the catcher for the Red Sox. The order for the Pirates will be Dave Cash, Al Oliver, Roberto Clemente, Willie Stargell, Richie Hebner, Manny Sanguin, Gene Alley, B. Robertson, and of course Doc Ellis is the pitcher. And so Gary Bell's going to be pitching to Dave Cash. And 0-3 will be a walk for Dave Cash. So Dave Cash is going to be at first base. And next up will be Al Oliver. Here's a windup and the pitch. And 10, that'll be a strikeout for Oliver. And one away, Roberto Clemente is going to be up. Gary Bell is actually a really good pitcher. And here's the pitch. And it's 88. And Roberto Clemente is going to drill that into right field. And 74, that will be a double. So that will be a shallow double. That will put runners at second and third with one out. And now up will be Willie Pops Stargell. Willie Pops Stargell. 16 for Stargell is going to be a strikeout. So 2 away, runners are at second and third. Richie Hebner is going to be up. And 37 for Hebner's going to be a ground ball to short, and it's going to be 6-3 for the out. So both teams threaten, but neither team scores. We're going to the top of the second. Just a minute. I'm getting that other chart out. Okay, non-force out plays. So there's another chart for non-force out plays, which I'm going to have to add next time to that chart page. All right, so Doc Ellis is going to be pitching to Rico Petrocelli. Right there. Okay, there we go. So Doc Ellis is pitching to Rico Petrocelli. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. 39 for Rico is going to be a ground out to shortstop, 6-3. One out for the Red Sox. Next up will be Ken Harrelson. Oops. And it's 44, and that is also going to be a ground out to third base, 5-3. 2 outs for the Red Sox. And Mike Ryan is going to be pitching. Doc Ellis is going to be pitching to Mike Ryan. And the pitch is 18, and Ryan is going to strike out. All right. So now the Pittsburgh Pirates are going to be at bat. And the windup and the pitch is 0-2. That will hit Manny Sanguillen. So Gary Bell and Sanguillen. So let's see. Okay. So Sanguillen's going to be up. Petrocelli was out 6-3. Shoot, I used the wrong cards. Gene Alley was out 5-3. Harrelson was out 5-3, and Ryan struck out. I should use the wrong cards on that. All right, so Manny Sanguillen was to lead off this inning was hit by pitch ball. So we got Sanguillen's at first, and Gene Alley is going to hit. And here's the windup and the pitch. And we got 46 for Alley. It's going to be a ground ball. Let's look at high grounders plus K. So the highest two grounders become a K, so that's going to be a strikeout for Gary Bell, and that'll be one away. So Gene Alley strikes out. Now we're going to have Bob Robertson is going to be up. And we got 48, and that is going to be a pop out. So pop out to second base, 2 outs. P4. Now we'll have Doc Ellis up. And here's the windup and the pitch. And 10. And Doc Ellis is going to strike out. So it's 4 strikeouts actually for Gary Bell at this point. So at the top of the third, Doc Ellis is going to be pitching to Gary Bell, the pitcher for the Red Sox, to lead off. And we got 58. That is going to be a pop out to the third baseman, but we have that too. And we go to the Triple X chart for the first time. And we got 16. If walk, umpire makes wrong call. So it's not a walk. It was a pop out to the third baseman, P5. So 1 out for the Red Sox. And we have the top of the Red Sox order is going to be coming up. And Doc Ellis is going to be pitching to Mike Andrews. And 10. And Mike Andrews is going to walk. So Mike Andrews has been at bat 2 times. He's doubled in the first. He has walked. So now we got a runner on first and only 1 out. And Joe Foy is going to be up. .27. High K, that's going to be a strikeout. A lot of strikeouts so far. Good pitching. Now Yastrzemski is going to be up. And 83, Yastrzemski hits the ball deep in center field, straightaway center field. And he gets a long single. So that will move Mike Andrews to second base, and that'll move him to third base because it's a plus. Yastrzemski has the option to stretch that into a double, but the center fielder and the center fielder is Oliver, but he's not going to. I'm going to let George Scott hit. And the windup and the pitch. And it's 0-4. And George Scott walks, so Doc Ellis is in a little bit of trouble here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Reggie Smith is up. The infield's at double play depth. And 10. And that is going to be a strikeout. So that is another strikeout. That's the 3rd out of the inning. And the Pirates and Doc Ellis dodge. And now we have Gary Bell is going to be coming in and pitching to Dave Cash. Top of the order for the Pirates, 61. And that right there, actually 66. And that is going to be a fly into left field. So now Al Oliver is going to be up. And 76 will be a hit into right field. However, we got to see if we have a possible range play. And we got 71, and that's an error check. So we have an error check on the right fielder. The right fielder is Harrelson, which is he's a 5 error, so 5 and below, and it is 2. So Ken Harrelson will have an error, and we'll roll for the error. 23, 1 base for batter, 2 base for base runners. So it's a 2 base error for the base runners and 1 base error for the batter. But now we have to see what type of hit we have. It may be mute because Al Oliver hits this ball hard. So he's a lefty, so we're looking on the lefty card here. 99 is a home run, Al Oliver. Home run, Al Oliver. And the Pittsburgh Pirates take a 1-0 lead on a home run by Al Oliver. He could hit him. He actually had some power. All right, Roberto Clemente. Gary Bell is going to pitch to Roberto Clemente. And 74, that's a hit by Clemente. Let's see if the range, and it's going to be another error check. So the hit by Clemente was to, he's righty, was to right fielder. Again, Harrelson. I'm just going to have to make sure it's a blue dice. And that's a 10, so Harrelson, there's no error on the play. Oh. And what kind of hit for Clemente? It's going to be a 70, and that's going to be a long single for Clemente. And he'll be on first. And Stargell will be up. And the windup, and the pitch. Dice are everywhere. All right, so we got 76 was the roll. Gary Bell takes 1 hit off, but no hits. So that will be a Willie Stargell will send it into right field. What kind of hit will it be? 41. That'll be a long single. And Clemente will go to third. And we'll have runners on first and third and 1 out. And Gary Bell struggling a little bit here. Richie Hebner's up. Here's the windup and the pitch. 42. That will be a pop-up to third base for the second out. And now will be Manny Sanguillen, the catcher. Will be batting. And here's the pitch to Sanguillen. And 49, that is going to be a line out to the first baseman. L3. So we're going to the top of the 4th inning, and the Pirates have a 1-run lead. So now Doc Ellis is going to come in. He's going to pitch to Rico Petrocelli. Let's see if I can do something here. All right, so Doc Ellis is pitching to Rico Petrocelli. Top of the 4th inning. Okay, so we got 35, and that is going to be a grounder to short. 6-3. 1 out. Next up will be Ken the Hawk Harrelson for the Red Sox. And here's the pitch. 0-3. That will be a walk. Harrelson will walk. So we'll have a runner on first with 1 out. And Mike Ryan will be up. 94 will be a possible hit for Ryan. So Mike Ryan hits that ball into left field. Stargell will play it. 83, the hit. 83 is going to be a error check on Stargell. Stargell's error rating is a 2. We roll a 6. There's no error. Now we got to roll for the hit by Ryan. And it's 65. And that will be a single for Ryan. Harrelson will go a second. Stargell has a -10 arm. And Harrelson's only a 58 running, so I'm not going to try it. So we got runners at first and second. Gary Bell is not much of a pinch hitter. I'm just going to swing away. Hope for the best. So we got 29. 29 is a possible double play. So Gary Bell hits that to the shortstop. 96, we have an error check on the shortstop. Alley's a 4. And it's not an error. So we get 6 unassisted to 3. 6 to 3, and the Red Sox are out. And they'll have the top of the order going up next inning. Red Sox have been having their chances, but they've been leaving people on base. So now Gary Bell is going to come in. He's going to pitch to Gene Alley. And here's the windup and the pitch to Alley. And 37 is a ground ball to the second baseman. Ground ball to the second baseman, 4-3. Next up will be Bob Robertson, first baseman for the Pirates. And 41, that is going to be a ground out to the second baseman again, 4-3. And last but not least, we have Doc Ellis, who's going to be hitting. And 22 is going to be a strikeout. So we're going to go to the top of the 5th inning. And the score is the Pittsburg Pirates 1, the 71 Pirates 1, and the 67 Red Sox nothing. So top of the Red Sox order now. Doc Ellis is going to be pitching to Mike Andrews. And we got 46, and that's a high grounder. Looks like high grounder becomes K. But Doc Ellis is not a strikeout pitcher. So that ball was hit by Andrews to the shortstop. We roll. And we don't get the triple X. So that's going to be an out, 6-3. 1 out. Now Joe Foy is going to be up for the Red Sox. Doc Ellis is pitching to Joe Foy. And the windup and the pitch. And it's 100. And that's a hard hit ball by Joe Foy into left field. Let's see what the hit is. That's a line shot. 81 is going to be a long double for Joe Foy. So Joe Foy is going to go a second base on a double. So we got a runner on second with 1 out, and Yaz is going to be up. And we got 42, and that is going to be a ground ball with the runners advancing. So that's going to be a grounder to first base. And Joe Foy is going to be at third. So now Foy's at third. And George Scott is going to be up. And here's the windup. And the pitch. 92. That will bring home a run. So that will be a hit by George Scott. George Scott hits it towards center field. And that's a single. So a little Texas lead single by George Scott. That brings home Joe Foy, and now we have a 1-1 game. So Doc Ellis is now going to be pitching to Reggie Smith. '73, that will possibly be a flyout. But we do have a platoon check, but Rich Smith and Ellis really don't do platoons. So that will be a flyout to right field for the third out. Well, we go to the bottom of the fifth here with the 67 Red Sox and the 71 Pirates tied at 1 run each. So top of the order for the Pirates is up, Dave Cash. 74, but that would be a hit by Cash, but Gary Bell takes away a hit. So instead of a hit, I believe that's a ground out. Just going to call it ground out. And that will be a ground out to third base, 5-3. 1 out. Al Oliver is up. Al Oliver struck out and hit a home run. 55 for Oliver is going to be a shallow fly into left field for the second out. And now up will be Roberto Clemente. Roberto Clemente is 2 for 2 actually, with a double and a single. He's having a good day. 17, that will be a ground out to short, 6-3. So no runs for the Pirates. Now we're going to the top of the 6th inning. Red Sox are going to be up. Rico Petrocelli will lead off for the Red Sox. And we got 18 will be a strikeout. Next up will be Ken the Hawk Harrelson. And we got 52. That will be a pop-up to the pitcher. A little pop to the pitcher. Actually to the catcher. The catcher grabs it. 2 outs. And now Mike Ryan is going to be up. Doc Ellis pitches to Ryan. And we got 33. That will be a ground ball to the third baseman. 5-3 will be the out. Bottom of the 6th inning here. Let's see. Gary Bell will be set to go lead off. Okay. So we got Gary Bell is going to be pitching to Willie Stargell. And we got 16. That'll be strikeout. Stargell has a lot of strikeouts. Great power, but a lot of strikeouts. But we do have a 2 there. I want to check. We have to check to see if there's triple X. There is no triple X play. Or the X play on the X chart for the X files. Gary Bell will pitch to Richie Hebner. And that will be 30. That will be a hard hit ball to the first baseman. But we got to see if George Scott makes any kind of error. We have to do an error check on Scott. Scott very rarely makes an error. But he did make an error this time. I should be careful what I say. I jinx myself. All right. So George Scott on the ground ball is going to be right there. All right, so let's see what kind of error he got. So George Scott is a fielding error. He just can't get a good grasp on that. And that will put Richie Hebner to first base with 1 out. That is the first error for the Red Sox. And the windup. And that will be a possible hit. Manny Sanguin gives that a ride into center field. Is there a platoon? Yes, Gary Bell. There is a platoon. So Gary Bell has a slight chance to get him out on the platoon. He doesn't. That's a hit by Sanguin. 42 will be a single. So that is an ordinary single. Hebner has a chance to go to 49. That I said that's a single into center. Smith is a -5. No. So Hebner's not going to go for the extra base on the hit. So up will be Gene Alley. Will be up for Pittsburgh. There's only 1 out. In 0-9, that will be a strikeout. Gary Bell has some strikeouts. Now it's be Bob Robertson. Runners at first and second. 91. That will be a hit for Robertson into left field. Let's see what kind of hit it is. And it's a 7, so that will be a short, very short Texas League hit. Nobody has a chance to advance on that. So now, tough situation. 2 outs, bases loaded. Doc Ellis has been pitching a very, very good game. That is a tough situation. I'm going to look at the manager chart over here and see how Danny Murtaugh might have handled it. Plays for big inning. Alright, so we're going to let the pitcher hit. Doc Ellis is going to hit. 44. And that's going to be... Doc Ellis is a switch hitter. Interesting. 44. Doc Ellis hit the ball to the second baseman. 4-3 for the third out. Well, hopefully it's going to work. Hopefully we kept Doc Ellis in there. That's a tough decision. Tough decision to make. So Doc Ellis is going to pitch to Gary Bell. So we'll go to the top of the 7th here. Doc Ellis is pitching to the pitcher. Red Sox pitcher Gary Bell. He's pitching a decent game, so. 32. That will be a ground ball to the third baseman. 5-3. 1 out. Mike Andrews is going to be up. Ellis pitches to Andrews. 40. That's going to be a ground ball to third baseman. 5-3. A lot of action in the hot corner. Joe Foy is up. There are 2 outs. And 90. So Joe Foy hit that ball into left field. We got to see what the hit's going to be. And it's a 32, so that's going to be a single for Joe Foy into center field. And we got Carl Yastrzemski up. We're on first. Joe Foy. Catcher Sanguin, who's a -15. So Sanguin's the catcher for the Pirates. There's going to be no thought of stealing. All right, Doc Ellis is pitching to Yaz. 0-0. Hit by Yastrzemski. Into center field. You got to see what it is. And it's a 41. That is going to be a long single. Runner will go to third base. We'll have runners at first and third with 2 outs. Yastrzemski will not try to stretch that into a double. All right. So George Scott is up now. He can. The go-ahead run is at second base. And the windup. And the pitch is 27. That's going to be a strikeout. So, no runs for the Red Sox. Doc Ellis pitching a good game. And we're in the 7th inning stretch with the 1-1 game here. The 67 Red Sox won, and the 71 Pirates won. Gary Bell is facing his 28th batter. 43. That's going to be a ground ball. Second base, 4-3. 1 out. Next up will be Al Oliver. Al Oliver is 1 for 2 with a home run and a strikeout. 1 for 3 with a home run and a strikeout. And 89, he gets another solid hit. He hits that ball into left field. And so Al Oliver singles into left field, so he is 2 for 4. Al Oliver. And should he try to see if he can get the jump and get a steal? Because we got Clemente and Stargell up. He is going to try to get the jump. No jump. Okay, so he's going to stay. All right, so Clemente's up. And we're going to try some hit and run action here. 35 is a ground ball, but we have to check because it's a hit and run to see if it's a 91, so it is a ground ball. So the out will be for the righty. The out's going to be 6 unassisted, and Clemente will be on first with the ground ball. Okay, actually, I have to check to see if Clemente can run that out, because it could still be a double play. Because you got the second baseman Andrews is a +5. So Clemente needs a 63 or less to beat the throw, and he beats the throw, so he is on first. So we got a runner on first for Willie Stargell. Run on first, Willie Stargell. Willie Stargell has a big platoon advantage here. And the windup. And no way am I going to hit and run with Stargell. 37 is because of that reason right there. Stargell strikes out a lot. Ooh, Stargell's been up 4 times, and he has 3 strikeouts and a single. Stargell has power, but he does strike out quite a bit. Alright, so Doc Ellis is going to be pitching to Reggie Smith. At the top of the 8th inning. And that will be a 62. That will be a fly ball into right field. And we just have to see if there's triple X. That will be a fly ball into right field, F9. So far, very, very good pitcher's game. And watch all the hits start rolling now, because remember I say that. All right, Doc Ellis pitches to Rico Petrocelli. And 86, of course. 86, that's a hit. So Rico Petrocelli hits the ball into center field. 81 is going to be a long double into center field. So Rico Petrocelli is going to be on second base. And Ken the Hawk Harrelson is going to be up. And there is action in the Red Sox bullpen. Ellis is pitching to Harrelson. We got a 74. That will be a possible fly ball. Do we have a platoon advantage? No platoon advantage. Just have to see if there's a triple X. 94. We do have a triple X play. Okay. So for 35, wild pitch check. So Doc Ellis has a wild pitch on a 1 or a 2. And a wild pitch for Doc Ellis moves Rico Petrocelli to third base. So that was a big play. All right, but the fly ball was a fly plus. Do we re-roll it? It doesn't sound. All right, it's going to be a fly plus for Ken Harrelson. So that will bring Rico Petrocelli home. So that will be a sacrifice, deep sacrifice fly for Ken Harrelson. So the wild pitch, move the runner to third base. So the wild pitch, move the runner to third base. And then Ken Harrelson hit a deep drive, which was a sacrifice fly that brought Petrocelli home. That will give the Red Sox a 2-1 lead in the top of the 7th inning. Ooh, my dice are falling everywhere. All right. So Doc Ellis is going to pitch to Mike Ryan. 45. So that will be a ground out to second base, 4-3. That's the third out. So we're going to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Bottom of the 8th inning with the Red Sox ahead, 2-1. All right. So the next up for the Red Sox is going to be Gary Bell, the pitching position. So I prefer not to change the pitcher at this point. Well, I still can actually. Gary Bell isn't tired. Let's see how he was used. Stick with starting pitcher as long as possible. Okay, so Gary Bell is going to stay in there until he gives up 2 hits or walks in a row. And that's 70. That he is a lefty. That's going to be a fly out to right field for 1 out. Next up will be Manny Sanguillen. And the wind up to Sanguillen. 64. That will be a fly ball to Sanguillen. And 13. So that's a 3. Sanguillen's already. So that's going to be a fly into left field. 2 outs. Gene Alley's going to be up. Now it's time to think. Well, we got 2 outs. Above average use of saves left-handed for pitching late in games. Hernandez is late and will pinch hit for weak hitting fielders late in games. Yes, we are going to pinch hit for Alley because Alley's a poor fielder. So we're going to take Alley out and bringing in a pinch hitter for him. Vic Davalio is going to come in, and then I'm going to have Jackie Hernandez play the position. So Vic Davalio is going to come in to pinch hit. And then I'm going to have Jackie Hernandez is going to come in to play shortstop. So Alley was a 2-4, and Jackie Hernandez, the range goes up from 2 to 4. The arm gets better. It goes from +5 to 0. But the errors go up a tiny bit. But that's not going to be a big deal. So we made that move. And now Vic DeVio is going to pitch to Gary. Gary Bell's going to be pitching to Vic. And 0-3. And that will be a walk. So good move. And we got Vic DeVio is on first. And we got Robertson up. DeVio is a good stealer too, so he's going to try and get the jump. That was a 1. 1. Okay, so 1-1. So he gets the jump. So up to 83 and he steals. And it's 23. So Vic DeVio comes in, gets a stolen base. He is now in scoring position. We got Bob Robertson up. He's going to try to get a single. And the pitch is 42. There's a 2 right there. So that is going to be a ground out to the third baseman, 5-3. So like I said, Jackie Hernandez is coming in playing shortstop. And Vic DeVio. Vic did his job, but unfortunately Bob Robertson couldn't get a hit to bring him home. So we're in the pitcher's position now. It's a close game, but we're going to stick with the pitcher because he's pitching a good game. We're not going to relieve him. So Ellis is going to pitch to Bell. 18, of course, will be a strikeout for Bell. 1 out. Okay. That's a strikeout. So we're at the top of the 9th inning right now. Last inning. Mike Andrews is going to be up. Both the pitchers want to go the distance here. And we got 60. 60 is going to be a fly out into center field. 2 outs. And Doc Ellis is 1 hitter away from pitching a really good game. I mean, he's only given up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's given up 6 hits. What hurt him was that wild pitch. So we had Petrocelli lead off with the double. No, Petrocelli was on second, 1 out when he got a double. And then Ellis threw that wild pitch. And then Ken Harrelson hit that sacrifice fly. So the pitch to Joe Foy with 2 outs. And 17 is another strikeout. Oh, that's it for the Red Sox in the top of the 9th. We're going to go to the bottom of the 9th now. And we're going to stick. So Doc Ellis is scheduled to hit. And obviously he's not going to hit. I have to find out. We're searching for Gary Bell right now. We don't know where he went to. He took a walk. Where are you? Where is he? I'm going to do a Gary Bell's card. Did it fall down? Or what? No. Just give me a minute. I gotta find Gary Bell's card. Gary Bell is going to stay in the game for the Red Sox. Carey, Stremski, Scott, Petrocelli, House, Moran, Bell, Andrews. Oh, there it is. Okay. We found Bell. There he is. This is getting a drink of water or something. So Gary Bell. This is the last chance. So Doc Ellis was the last batter last inning. So we're going to have the top of the order. Red Sox have action in the bullpen. So Gary Bell is going to pitch the day catch. And the windup and the pitch. 26. That is going to be a ground out to the second baseman, 4-3. Grounder to fly out. I haven't really been following that, but I got to pay more attention to it. I'm going to do it now. But I haven't been doing it most of the game. 66. Okay, it is a ground out. 4-3. 1 out. And now Al Oliver. Al Oliver is 2 for 4. A home run, a single, and a strikeout. And 35. And Al Oliver is going to ground the ball to first base. 3-1, and throws it to Gary Bell. 2 outs. So 2 outs. We got Roberto Clemente up. And the windup and the pitch. We got 32, and Roberto Clemente hits the ball to the shortstop, who throws it to first base, and that is the final out. So, Boston Red Sox defeat the Pittsburg Pirates 2-1. Gary Bell pitched 9 innings and only gave up, actually I think they gave the Pirates an extra out. But he pitched 9 innings. Should I check? Yeah, I was supposed to have a pinch hitter for Alice. Was supposed to be up on the pinch hit, but that's okay. It's a minor. You get out anyways. All right. So the 67 Red Sox beat the 71 Pirates 2-1. Doc Ellis pitched a very good game, complete game, but he had a wild pitch and that hurt him. So the Red Sox win 2-1. So the next game up on the schedule is going to be the 69 Mets. They're going to be at the The 69 Mets are going to be at the 69 Braves. So it's going to be the 69 Mets versus Hank Aaron and the 69 Braves. That's going to be a really good game. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. And the final game of the season is going to be the 62 Giants versus the 61 Yankees. And then I'm going to start playing teams again. All right, everybody. Thank you very much.